Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I am here with my amazing friend, Darine. We are going to be talking about all things inspirational, aspirational, and everything in between. So, without further ado, I'd love to introduce you to her. This is Darine BenAmara. She is a wonderful personal branding strategist who I was able to meet through the Growth Academy, and we have had just an amazing connection since then, able to help each other network and grow. And I just wanted to have her on today to share her story with you guys because it's amazing. So please, Doreen, tell them a little bit about yourself and say hello.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for having me on your live show. I appreciate it and I appreciate you, of course. So, where to start? I like to introduce myself as a living proof that when you believe in yourself, you are unstoppable. I was born and raised in the poorest city of France and made my way somehow to the White House. And, even though growing up it wasn't easy, what I have learned afterwards is that all those challenges were building my muscles. They were building my resilience and, they were building my character. And so it's true that last time when we talked together, I shared with you the story of me as an entrepreneur, and the hardship, the ups and downs, and of entrepreneurship. Like entrepreneurship is really a roller coaster. And I started the Smart Woman Enterprises 3 years ago. And I was doing well, and 2020 was the year of expansion. So I was on a business trip overseas in West Africa when COVID-19 happened. And I found myself stuck for 7 months over there. And while I was in Africa, I couldn't act on my business here in Canada, and everything collapsed. Everything collapsed. My business model collapsed, and my partners, my contracts, everything just went down. And I was like, okay. So, but it's part of being an entrepreneur. And I finally was able to come back late September in Canada and decided to rebuild my business from the ground up, because if I was able to do it once, I can definitely do it a second time. But, in every situation, I try to look for a positive angle. And I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to restart the business by building a business with a stronger base, a stronger structure, so then the business can be more sustainable. So so that's the story of my life. A lot of ups and downs and lows, very lows, and then it goes up and down again.
I love it. But I mean, it's very true to how life is. It's not, there's valleys, there's peaks, there's all sorts of different points. So thank you for sharing. And I think we'll dive into that a little bit more because there's so many different golden nuggets and certain aspects you went through there. So it very much being something that is still very active today. I think I want to address, COVID. And I know that in COVID, that is sort of what, in a lot of ways, spurned this change for you because you got stuck over there and things like that. So how would you say that you are sort of changing your base now to sort of, why can't I think of the way to word this, sort of deal with these dynamic environments and shifts and changes that we're all seeing?
I think we don't realize how much resourceful and how strong we are unless we have our back against the wall. And some of the changes that I have made, basically I started with myself, being more confident, not working to exhaustion, like sleeping 4 hours a night. That's something that I used to do and that was not healthy. So I was like, okay, in order to be able to take care of my business and to build a stronger business, a better business, I need to take care of myself and build a stronger me, become a better version of myself. And I think that's one of the aspects that is so important, but that we just don't even think about when we start a business. But if you work to exhaustion, if you're too tired to think properly and to be effective in your work, then your business won't be strong enough. So first of all, it started by, implementing daily routine that are like much more healthier for me. And then, when it comes to the business aspect of it, it's about like implementing systems. I'm a team of one. No, I'm a team of two now. I was a team of one. And when you are a team of one and you start your business, it's your baby and you want to do everything and you have no other choice to do everything when you get started. And you don't want to let it go because it's yours, right? It's like it's a challenge for yourself. And so I was doing everything by myself, and I didn't realize that, okay, I cannot be good at what I do and the expert in what I do, and then be an expert in marketing and be an expert at accountability and be an expert at, all of these aspects that are important and essential within your business. So now that I'm starting again, I'm like, okay, I know my strength, I know my weaknesses. So how can I collaborate with people with whom like strengths are my weaknesses? So we do complement each other, right? And in that sense, you can create, I won't say a balance, even though that there is no such thing as balance when you are an entrepreneur, but something more healthy, that just trying to be everywhere and to do everything at the same time, because this is not working and this is not sustainable.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that you hit the nail on the head. That's something that I still struggle with to this day. And I'm still trying to, fully wrap my head around, because it's noticeable. It's noticeable when you don't take care of yourself and how you feel and how you approach everything around you, which is one of the reasons why I launched, for those of you who haven't checked it out, shameless plug for my video series this week. Check out my 7 days of self-love, and take better care of yourselves, guys. I hope that it inspires you to get out there and take care of yourself, because we only got one body, and it's a temple, so treat it like such.
Yeah, first. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm watching actually your video series. I like it.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Yeah, it's I try to change it up sometimes with things that aren't always about career-oriented things, because I think it's important to engage on a human level as well. We just like you said, that foundational piece, we are, humans at the end of the day. Before we're entrepreneurs, before we're wives, husbands, daughters, we are people. And so we have to take care of ourselves on that basic foundational level to sort of build to be those amazing, titles later on. So love that.
Those amazing like titles. I like this.
Yes. So would love to discuss a little bit more about you and your business. So how did you get into personal branding strategy? I know a few people who do what you do in the realm, nothing exactly like you. I know you are very unique, of course, but would love to hear a little bit more about how that came about.
Sure. So, as I said, it was when I was 30, so 4 years ago, I ended up working for one of Barack Obama's advisors. I have never met Barack Obama. I wish I had, but I have worked with one of his advisors, and so I was working, traveling, and for the time that I spent with him, I was the only woman in the room, and I was the youngest person in the room. So we were dealing with presidents, ministers, ambassadors, businessmen, but they were all men, right? So I reached the highest level of business and politics, and I couldn't find another woman. And surprisingly, even though oftentimes you can find women at the entry level, doing admin work, being the assistant, even in that case, more of the team members of these people were men. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. That I don't understand why I'm the only woman, in the room. And what I realized and what I learned, actually, because I learned a lot from this experience, I was able to see how men collaborate together, how they network together, how they create opportunities for each other, and how they stay on top. And I realized, and I finally understood okay, why we women, we are always left behind, and it always look like we have missed the trend, even though there is like some progress that have been made. It from a generation to another, it always look like we have missed the train. And was when I was able to understand how, the people, the men at the top actually of the game, work and negotiate and present themselves, I was like, okay, I want to use this experience to help other women to, advance their career and break the glass ceiling. And there are a few things. So my career initially is the designing programs addressing the barriers that women leaders and entrepreneurs face around the world. So I would design programs for international organizations, business organizations. I would travel. I worked in 10 different countries, working with women leaders and entrepreneurs in these countries. And I realized also there that, okay, I find it fascinating that we women, either we speak French, English, another language, despite the difference of culture and religion, we face the same challenges. We do face the same challenges, but at different levels, right? And so then I reached the highest level with these people, and I was like, okay, now I understand. So I came back to Canada and decided to start my business where I would design programs to train women to network strategically and to position themselves for that next position, for that, better position, for that leadership position. But in order to do so, you have to have a strong image, first of all, and you have to have a personal brand, because when you have a strong personal brand, as women, people will always question our experience, our competence, our ability to get the job done. This is a reality. It may sound cliche, but it's still a reality in 2021. And the higher we go, and the more we are questioned, right? But when you start building a strong personal brand, you claim your online space where you start sharing, your expertise, your experience, and you start showing up in the public eye as a professional, as an expert in your industry, then you are like ensuring that you get the credit for the work and the achievements that you have been doing. So when it comes the time for you to apply for that next position or to seek a leadership position, you have a track record that is public. So that's how it's all started. That's something I have always done for the past 10 years. And it's true that now personal branding is trending. So everyone is talking and doing personal branding, but from a professional perspective and from a professional woman's perspective, it's about positioning yourself. So the higher you go while you climbing the ladder, then you position yourself and you bring with you a track record that people won't question, because you have been like showcasing, promoting your achievement and yourself on a consistently basis. Basically, you have built a strong professional reputation that very few will dare to question.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And for those of you who, haven't started building your personal brand, definitely go check out Darine's page. She has an amazing LinkedIn profile and it has an amazing personal brand. So definitely check her out for some great tips and tricks. But on that theme, I feel like a question I get a lot from my clients, because there's so many people, I think, who are afraid to put themselves out there. So how would you say, or what do you say to clients who maybe they want to brand themselves personally, but they're scared to like share of themselves? Do you have any advice for people like that?
Try by little bite. I mean, when you say people with strong personal brand, and so in my case, I have a strong personal brand, but this is something that I have been doing and practicing for years. So it's not about you being that public or that vocal, right? Just start by a little bite, like one step at a time. So it might be sharing a post about a work experience, or it can be sharing a post about something that you are passionate about. You can start. It doesn't have to be like work related, because if you don't build a personal brand only around your work. I like to make the analogy of like, think about hanging out with someone, Okay, so you will hang out with someone and the person will keep talking about work all day long. Okay, okay, and we talk about work because it's part of our lives, right? But
Right, right.
then you hang out the second time and the same person keeps talking about work, 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 work. So maybe next time you want to hang out with her, with him, you will think about it twice, right? Because okay, life is much more than work, and you're much more than your job title, right? So building your personal brand is about finding the balance between communicating, sharing something about what you are passionate about, your expertise, but what you do, as a side project, or maybe, I don't know, you like fishing, or, you like, I don't know, driving cars on the weekends, or anything that you are passionate about, you share like little bites of yourself, in order to start building a relationship with people. We connect with people, as you said it right at the beginning. We are people who want to connect with people. We don't want to connect with your resume. We don't want to connect with your job title. We don't want to connect with your 10 years of experience. Like, honestly and truly, we don't care. We want to connect with you on a personal level and see, if we can relate to your story, if we have common ground, and if we can build a relationship. So start by sharing something that just makes you happy to share with people the same way you would share it with your friends.
Right. No, I think that's great advice, Doreen. I think it's about starting where you're comfortable.
Mhm.
For those of you listening, you don't have to do this. I realize Doreen and I are hanging out on video right now on LinkedIn, but not everyone has to do this. If you're just comfortable with a text post,
Mhm.
I encourage you to start in whatever way you're comfortable. Just start sharing of yourself, because Doreen is so right. People can't invest in you if they don't know who you are. You can't gain stakeholders into your life and your passions, and you can't, gain them on board with you trying to find a job if they don't even know you need a job, if they don't even know what you're looking for and what your passions are. So it is to your benefit to let people know who you are and
Yeah.
share of yourself. 100%. It brings so much engagement, and you have so much you can give back as well. So much education and learning and value you can share with others. So all of that is amazing. Hope you guys start sharing soon. And there's so many great people here who are saying hello to us, Doreen. Let's say hello to some of our friends. Hello, Valeria. So great
Hello.
to you. Yes. And Valerie, who loves listening to Doreen. Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Shara. Good morning, Gilbert. You guys are great. Thanks for tuning in. And please let us know if you have any questions. If you have any personal branding questions for Doreen, have any resume questions for me, I'm always here to answer, or anything just inspirational or aspirational.
And mindset also, because building your personal brand, it starts with your mindset, and that's also an aspect that we don't hear a lot on LinkedIn. When you see it, there is a lot of content about personal branding, which is okay, your top list, what to do, what not to do, but it's about your mindset, because your personal brand is a reflection of who you are as a person and as a professional. So are you in the right mindset? Do you feel comfortable with yourself, with what you do, for a living, for a passion? Like, are you, and if you don't feel ready, something we were sharing earlier, like, just like think about, okay, what do you want to achieve in life? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to achieve in life? And how can you make it happen? And being on social media and being on LinkedIn is essential to make it happen. It can be your professional project, it can be a personal project, but you have to show up. So make sure that you have the right mindset, that you feel good about yourself first, that you feel strong about what you want to communicate, what you want to share with the world before getting started, because you will find out that the more comfortable, the more confident and self-aware you are, the more it will be easier for you to share a little bit of what you do and who you are with other people on LinkedIn.
No, 100%. And I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier about just having a strong foundation, whether it's you personally or your business. You have to have that base layer to build on, or everything will crumble, right? So no, I think that's a great point, Doreen. I would love to shift a little bit and talk about maybe some people who inspire you. Do you have any, mentors, authors, people you look up to in your life? I would love to hear a little bit more about that.
Okay, so one woman that inspires me a lot, she's my number one. And, if you have been following me for a while, you probably know it. It's Michelle Obama. She's a real source of inspiration because, when it comes to being a woman leader, a woman entrepreneur, we need representation. We need more representation, and we need to see more diverse female leaders, either political leaders or business leaders. And to me, Michelle Obama, she's really the essence of, showing up and bringing value to the community and not hesitating to putting herself out there and to stand out for something that she believes in. And I admire her strengths, actually. Of course, she was the first lady, but the first lady. Being the first lady was her job title. But as a person, what she was doing and what she's still doing now up to today is really inspiring to me. And once again, I really push on myself. I started to go out there and to put myself like up front because I want to inspire other people. Like, okay, if she's showing up, I can show up. Like, my English is not perfect. I speak English with an accent, and that's okay. It doesn't stop me from, building something meaningful and achieving success in my own term. And I want people to realize, okay, there is no such thing as perfection. So whatever you feel that is holding you back, or whatever you feel like you are not good enough or not enough or whatever, that's not true. Just go and be yourself, and people will appreciate you for who you truly are. So Michelle Obama, a Grant Cardone. So Grant Cardone, he's a little bit a controversial person, and the TEDx rule is really always by my side because either we like him or not. I mean, what he has been able to accomplish in the past 30 years from a business perspective is simply amazing. And he started out of nothing. So this guy also I follow, I get inspiration from him, but I have also mentors. So my mentors happen to be male. But it really helped me, to become stronger and better as a leader because they saw in me a couple of years ago my potential when I wasn't even aware of it, right? So they would tell me, but Darine, this and that, and I would be like, really? Like, you sure? And they were like, yes. So, they saw in me, and this is where, mentorship is very important when you find the right mentor, because a good mentor should be able to see in you your true potential and to push you forward in order to be able to reach your full potential and to express it in order to make a difference in people's lives. So that's what happened to me in terms of being inspired and being pushed and looking up at people like Michelle Obama and Amal Clooney also. Amal Clooney, she's my number two.
Okay. No, those are all great. And I think the fact that you said Michelle Obama speaks to not only, of course, she is this epic, amazing person, but just how strategic she was about building a smart personal brand. Right?
Oh my God, she was so smart about it.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, for 8 years, she built the base of a strong personal brand that now, I mean, do you know any other first lady with a personal brand like Michelle Obama?
No one like her. She has just been incredible and done so many things.
She nailed it. She definitely nailed it, but one step at a time. Like when the first day, like her husband got like elected president, she wasn't like this big Michelle Obama, this big leader lady, right? She built it up and it took her 8 years, right? So of course her status like gave her like much more visibility and credibility. But listen, we have social media, and social media is free. So if you want to gain people's attention, if you want to increase your visibility, use social media. It's free, so you have no more excuses. You don't have to be on CBC News or Fox News or whatever news in order to build your personal brand and your credibility. You can do so by using social media. And once again, it's free. So use it while it's
Totally
free
free.
still.
Totally free. Yes. Well, we have a question from Valerie here, which I think is a great one. Would love for you to take a stab at this, Darine. Is it important to have a personal statement? And do you have one?
I think it's important. It's important to have a personal, professional statement from my point of view, because I focus on personal branding, but from a professional perspective for women. Okay, I think it's important because your statement is your message. What do you want to be known for? And we live in an era where like the online space is overly saturated. We know it. So people, they will like spend no longer than 7 seconds on your profile, or I think it's even down now. I'm not sure. So you want to have a personal statement that says, okay, who you are, what you are about, how you can help people. That's it. That's it.
Right.
And your personal statement actually is something that will evolve, because it's not static. Building your personal brand is a dynamic process. So with the Smart Woman, which is my business, my personal statement as a professional is that I'm a personal brand strategist, helping professional women to build personal brands so they position themselves for the next opportunity. This is me as a professional. Okay. Now on the side, I'm building my personal brand. So I don't want to get people confused, because we are now also, with the COVID-19 and everything else, we see people where what we see is that there is like a fine line now between personal brand and professional brand. It's like coming together. But on my personal brand, the statement is, I'm a young woman trying to make a difference. Okay, so
I love that.
it's more open, because I don't use my personal brand to position myself professionally. I use my personal brand to inspire people and younger people, actually, while my professional personal brand is really about me positioning myself as an authority in my industry. So I make it clear what I do and who I am, what I do, and how I can help you.
Okay. So when would you use the personal statement versus like the personal branding statement, if that makes sense? Does it just depend on like whether it's like a professional profile or like a personal profile?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
So
I do. But
okay.
but as I said, it's a dynamic process, and I'm really considering maybe merging both. I don't know right now, because also when you are an entrepreneur and you start building a business, you want to think about having an exit strategy. And even though that right now I'm the face of the business, because this is my business, and being 3 years in business is still very new. I want to see my business growing even when I'm not there anymore. So even though I will still be the face, I'm not only the smart woman, I'm not only the entrepreneur, I'm not only the brand strategist. So when you start a business it's important to think about having an exit strategy, because if it's too attached to you on a personal level, then what will happen once you leave, or once you decide to not be involved as the CEO? Maybe you want to just be the president of the company, and you want the company to keep running, right? So you have to think about it. So that's why on the side I'm building my personal brand, which is quite new. Actually, I have started a year ago my personal brand, so I can be known outside of my business and
Right.
outside of my professional expertise. I don't know if
Okay.
it makes sense.
No, it does make sense. No, I love that. I think it's important to keep that sort of more casual, close feel as well. So I love that you are finding a way to balance it. I feel like I kind of right now am just that person who completely mixes the two. I'm like personal and professional. It's all me, and here, just take it all. So maybe I need to be a bit more strategic about it. You have me thinking here. So all good.
So that's good. See, that's good. But the thing also, it's different when your business is your name. My business in my case is not my name. Okay. So when your business is your name, your personal brand and personal professional brand is the same, because your business is your name.
Right,
okay?
right.
So if your business is Jennifer Garibay Consulting, then this is you. But my business is the Smart Woman Enterprises, and I chose the name on purpose because the Smart Woman Enterprises. So I have the consulting and coaching practice, which is my main occupation, but I have another business also that is attached under the Smart Woman Enterprises, and this is my growth strategy. So this is a business. So we are like completely going out of topic, but when you start a business, you want to have this in mind, because the exit strategy, the expansion strategy, even if you don't know how to do, it's not about knowing how to do it right now when you're getting started. It's about thinking about it and deciding, for example, to call your business not by your name, but by something different, because you want to do different things, and being able to have multiple business inside your business brand, right? So that was my approach to it. I don't know if it's the right one or the perfect one, but this is what I have been doing.
Hey, clearly it's working. Clearly you're doing something right. So no, that's great. And I know we're wrapping up here, getting close to our 30-minute mark. So just wanted to sort of wrap up here, Darine, and ask you if there's anything you want to leave our viewers with, any last words on, how to inspire others, or, anything you find inspiring. I'll let you take it away. And also feel free to please share your contact information so that everyone can get a hold of you.
Sure, thank you. So I like to say you are perfectly imperfect. And this idea of perfection oftentimes holds people back. And because you are imperfect, that's what will make people relate to you, to your story, and want to connect with you. No one is looking for someone who is perfect. We don't what does it mean anyway, being perfect? Just be you, and take the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is my favorite expression, and be proud of it, own it, because this is part of who you are, right? And you are the person you are today because of the good things that happened, the things that you tried and that you didn't work, the hard stuff that happened to you. It's all part of you. So be proud of it and communicate about it, because life is not about portraying a perfect image, professional image, successful image. Is about portraying an image of yourself that is true to yourself, and people will feel it, people will see it. So start posting. You don't have to travel on a jet to start posting content on LinkedIn. You don't have to make like six-figure. I don't have a six-figure a month business. I don't even have a six-figure business a year. Right? So don't get impressed or fooled by the people just portraying this kind of image, and be yourself. And this is how you are going to be successful in life. And if you have any questions, comments, or if you are looking for more information in regards to leadership and personal branding, feel free to visit my page on LinkedIn here, Darine BenAmara. I share resources every day about personal branding, leadership, and mindset also, because this is important. And reach me via DM. I'm always available.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here, Darine. I appreciate you making the time. And let's have a great weekend, guys. Take care.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.